She didn't lose her job. She didn't get fired. She didn't even get an argument. She got something worse. She watched another woman stand in a room full of powerful people and take credit for every single sleepless night she ever had, with a smile and a wink. But here's what Kazimira didn't know. Taloula wasn't the type to cry about it. She was the type to wait. And when Taloula was ready, she didn't need a lawyer. She didn't need a confrontation. She just needed one button. She hit save and let out the breath she'd been holding for months. The file read, Project Zenith, final, 2 monitors, a cold cup of coffee, and the kind of quiet that only comes after something great has just been built. Taloula had done it. She just didn't know, in less than 10 minutes, someone else would be taking credit for every single word of it. This wasn't a project she inherited. She built it from nothing. Late nights when the office was empty, weekends that were supposed to be short, but never were, 6 months of work that nobody fully saw, because Taloula wasn't waiting for permission to be excellent. Project Zenith was the kind of strategy that comes once in a company's lifetime, and it was hers. A head appeared over the cubicle wall. Sharp suit, sharper smile, the kind of smile that never actually reaches the eyes. Kazimira. Is it done? Just saved the final build, Taloula said. It's better than we hoped. Kazimira held out her hand, calm, expectant, like this moment had already been decided. Give it to me. Board meeting in 10 minutes. I'll make sure they know exactly who's responsible for this. Taloula handed it over. She thought those words were a promise. They were a warning. She didn't catch in time. Minutes later, she was standing outside the boardroom, holding a tray of water glasses, invisible. Through the glass wall, she watched Kazimira take the head of the table, watched her straighten her jacket, watched her smile at the executives, like she owned the room. Then the screen lit up. Taloula's charts, Taloula's strategy, Taloula's 6 months. Under one line, Project Zenith, lead strategist, Kazimira. The tray shook in her hands. This is revolutionary, the CEO said. A promotion to senior VP is the least we can do. And Kazimira. She turned her head, looked straight through the glass, straight at Taloula, and winked. Something cold and quiet settled in Taloula's chest. Not panic, not tears, patience.
That evening, she pulled up the project folder. Access denied. She tried again. Same message. Her co-worker Bashir rolled his chair over, slowly. She locked you out, didn't she? She didn't just take the drive, Taloula said. She erased my name completely. Bashir smiled. Small, slow, deliberate. Maybe from the local server. But I'm IT. There's a backup system she doesn't even know exists. He paused. And it logs everything. For the first time all day, Taloula smiled too. They worked quietly. No drama, no announcements. While Kazimira was being measured for her new corner office, Taloula and Bashir were pulling timestamps, access logs, and overwrite records from a server nobody thought to protect. The truth doesn't disappear. It just gets buried. And Taloula had just found a shovel. The night of the gala, the ballroom was full. Executives, investors, the entire board, all in one room. At the front, under bright stage lights, Kazimira. And that is why Zenith is my